Welcome into Sports Extra Playoff Edition. Playoffs? We're talking playoffs. Tons of great matchups, including a rematch of last week, Jack.
Yeah, we have an awesome matchup between the Bearcats and just a ton of regional teams that have a chance at contending for the state championship.
Yeah, Columbus already played Kearney earlier in the year. Kearney won a defensive battle 10-0. How would they fare on Friday night? Out to Ron and Carroll Cope Stadium, the Bearcats. They would lose the opening toss and be on offense for Zach Atchison. He's going to drop back, and he skies this ball. He hits Jaden Norman here for the huge first down, and that would be the Bearcats. Set them up for this 28-yard field goal from Carter Symington, who goes right down the middle for the early 3-0 lead. This one was a defensive battle as Jason Delano. With the quarterback snap off the bad snap, Kearney would be forced to kick a field goal. They would miss it from 40-plus yards. Columbus on offense, Zach Wolf discovering the backfield for the TFL. That's a tackle for loss. But Columbus would find the end zone. First is Carter Eisenman from 3 yards out after a huge first down. They would lead 7-3 heading into the break. But second half, the Bearcats would score 21 answer points. Shout out to Hammer on Cout and Coach Cool for getting the dub on your birthday. Bearcats cruise to the 24-7 win. They'll take on Westside next. A rematch of the final regular season game last week. Aurora gave Central City their first loss of the season. How would they do this night? Well, the Huskies looking good early. Sophomore quarterback Wyatt Paulette finds the senior Colin Stolpe for the alone in the backfield. Yeah, that's an end zone touchdown. Bison respond, though, tying this game up. Parker Zeekman, he's going to throw the good old screen pass to Turner Hankey, and Hankey's going to turn on the Jets. He gets to the outside. That's good. We're all knotted up at 7, but on the very next possession, it's Cannon Allen. Wide open on the D, and he gets this one. Never looks back. As Aurora, stand up. You're up. You go up big, 42-21, handing Central City their only 2 losses of the season as they're going to play Columbus Lakeview next week.
Big upset.
Big upset. Let's head back to Kearney, where the third-ranked Stars of Kearney Catholic are taking on a C2 powerhouse in Boone Central. Stars defense came up big. Kohlberg with an interception, but check out Zane Slack for the quarterback sack, and then Nathan Vasquez comes up with the ball. Big 67 is pumped, as he should be, as the Stars led 14-7 heading into the half, and they doubled up Boone Central in this one, leading 28-14 and advanced to the second round of the playoffs.
To Sandy Creek, where the number 3 seed Cougars hosted the 14 seed Wisner-Pilger. Caden Schmidt chomping up all 13 yards there for the score. The Cougars now leading 14-0. The Gators, they were just on offense looking to close in on the lead. They'll use Blaine Beller for the quarterback sneak and fighting for all of his might there for the first down on 4th, and they're able to move the chains on that play. But the Cougars defense, they were making plays too. Alex Watts had a couple of DFLs, and here comes Josh Spray, all 215 pounds, and he comes barreling after Beller for the sack. And the Wolves were forced to punt again. Sandy Creek back with the ball. Quarterback Cameron Seeley, he just loads this one up, connects with his guy Wes Biltoff for over 40 yards. The Cougars led 22-0 after that play, and they would go on to win this one handily, 51-6, to stay alive in the NSAA D1 state playoffs. And over to Doniphan-Trumbull, where the Cardinals taking on the Ord Chanticleers. This game was just back and forth. The Chanticleers starting off strong. This is the very first play of the game. Jordan Williams on a quarterback keeper, taking it straight down the line into the end zone. But the Chanticleers, they were not letting off the gas. Hayden Nelson powering N1 here, but Doniphan-Trumbull wasn't backing down. Quarterback Parker Volk slipping through the Ord defense there, and he scores a touchdown himself. And at the end of the first quarter, the Cardinals still trying to keep this one in the game. A beautiful Hail Mary pass right to Sawyer Smith. He scores into the end zone as well. But, you know, Ord, they did start to run away with this one. Here comes Hayden Nelson down the stretch, and you're going to want to watch this extra play. Usually we don't show extra points, but when, you know, Colt Meyer does something like that, where he picks up the snap and runs in for the extra point, you're going to get included. The Chanticleers would end up winning this one, 63-30.
Started in this playoff. We're talking more playoff. Let's head out to Sumner, where the Mustangs were looking to take on the 11 seed Potter Dix and send them packing. Opening drive, and the Coyotes have the Mustangs on 3rd and long, but Chance Dakey pulling out some tricks, and he throws it to Bo Triplett. Check this out. He comes in, he steps in there. Looks like he was going for Jordan Scoville, but he says, I'm going to take this one, and he runs with this one. Triplett down the sideline for the touchdown. 8-0 Mustangs after the extra point. It's now 8-7 when Dakey drops back and throws a BEA. Beautiful ball to Triplett, who's feeling this one on this Halloween night for the first down inside the 10-yard line. 4th and goal now. Dakey to Bodie Martin for his 3rd touchdown pass of the first quarter.
The flea flicker, too.
Yeah, Mustangs would go on to take the huge lead, and they would extend that one, leading 47 at half as my guy Scoville, who was an NTV Athlete of the Week a couple weeks ago, showing off that speed. Mustangs led 40-7. They cruised 62-14. More 6-man ball, 10-7 matchup. Wallace and Hampton. Second half rather. Wildcats leading 44-20. But the ball is bad snap, fumble recovery on the bad exchange. The next drive, Hampton gets the ball with Landon Rajewski. He's going to high point this INT. Are you kidding me? Ooh. What a play there.
Odell who?
Yeah, right? However, they could not capitalize on this one as the captain, Tyson Sullivan, makes a better play. He says, I'll raise you this INT. Juggles it to himself as Wallace, they cruise in this one. 51-20. They're going to play Red Cloud next week.
And over to Silver Lake, where the 8-seeded Mustangs hosted the 9-seeded Arthur County Wolves. The Wolves getting excited pregame. The Wolves were forced to punt on their first possession, so the Mustangs have the ball now. Bo Panifa's just dropping back. He throws a deep ball, connects with his guy, Brody Canons, for the first down here. It would set the Mustangs up for a big play later in the drive. On the 1-yard line, Jackson Tinbinsel, related to our very own Ginger Tinbinsel, scores, and Silver Lake now leads 7-0. The Wolves finally with the ball, and they're going to just hand this off to their guy, Jason Hanna. He takes a carry, and he is off to the races. The Wolves would lead 8-7 after that touchdown. And the Mustangs, they're looking to retake the lead. They're going to hand it off to Lanham Skirtland, and he gets around the defenders into the end zone from inside the 10. The Mustangs would literally run away with this one, 39-28, and advance to the quarterfinals. And out in Concordia, the Seward Blue Jays hosted the McCook Bison in the Class B football playoffs. The opening kickoff, this is a big one. It's returned by Seward, but McCook's Brody Anthony delivers a big hit there. Aiden Solazaro gets the recovery for the Bison, and they have great field position on their opening drive. But McCook couldn't capitalize. They're going to turn the ball over on downs here. Later in the first quarter, Tristan Campbell is going to power his way into the end zone to make it 6-0. Seward would respond. Here comes Tristan Campbell with that touchdown, making it 6-0. Seward would respond with a touchdown of themselves, but in the end, the Blue Jays come out on top 35-12.